Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Conversations, the podcast that helps you navigate everyday life in English. I'm your host, Avery.
And I'm Laura. It's great to be with you all again.
So, Laura, today we're tackling a topic that can feel a little daunting, especially if you're new to a country or just becoming financially independent. We're talking about opening a bank account.
That's right. It sounds so official and complicated, but our goal today is to break it down and show you that it's actually a very manageable process. We'll give you the vocabulary and phrases you need to feel confident walking into any bank.
Exactly. So let's jump right in. First, why do people even need a bank account? It might seem obvious, but it's good to cover the basics.
The biggest reason is safety. Keeping a large amount of cash at home isn't very secure. A bank protects your money. Plus, it's essential for modern life.
And most employers nowadays pay you through something called direct deposit, where they send your salary directly into your bank account. It's fast and convenient. It also makes it much easier to pay bills like rent or electricity online.
Totally. So you've decided you need an account. When you go to the bank, you'll probably hear about two main types of accounts, a checking account and a savings account.
Right. Let's start with the checking account. Think of this as your daily use account. It's like your digital wallet. This is the account that your debit card is linked to. So when you buy groceries or a coffee, the money comes out of your checking account.
That's a great way to put it, a digital wallet. It's for the money you plan to spend regularly.
And it's where your direct deposits will usually go, and what you'll use to pay your bills.
Okay, so what about a savings account? If the checking account is your wallet, the savings account is more like your piggy bank, but a much more secure one. This is where you put money that you don't want to spend right away.
Right. It's for your long-term goals. Maybe you're saving for a vacation, a car, or just for emergencies. The great thing is that the money in a savings account usually earns a little bit of money over time, which is called interest.
It's not a lot, but it's a nice bonus. Most people have both a checking and a savings account and can easily transfer money between them.
Okay, so you're ready to open your accounts. What do you need to bring with you to the bank? That's right. And it's worth mentioning that while checking and savings are the most common, some people might need different types of accounts. For example, if you're opening an account with a partner or spouse, you might ask about a joint account.
This is a really important step. The requirements can be a little different from bank to bank, but generally you will need two main things. First, proof of identity. Good point. A joint account is simply an account that's owned by two or more people. Both people can deposit and withdraw money. It's very common for couples who share expenses.
Proof of identity. And for our younger listeners who might be in college, many banks offer student accounts. These often have special benefits like no monthly fees or lower minimum balance requirements, which is great when you're on a tight budget.
Yes, this is a government-issued photo ID. For many people, this will be their passport. It could also be a driver's license or a state identification card if you have one. Definitely something to ask about if you're a student. It can save you a good amount of money in the long run.
Okay, so your ID. What's the second thing?
The second thing is proof of address. Their bank needs to know where you live. This can often be a recent utility bill, like an electricity or water bill with your name and address on it. A lease agreement for your apartment can also work.
That makes sense. So an ID and a bill or lease. It's always a good idea to check the bank's website or call them before you go just to confirm exactly what documents they accept.
Absolutely. That can save you a second trip. You know, Avery, this reminds me of the very first time I went to open a bank account on my own. I was 18.
Oh, do tell. Were you nervous?
I was so nervous. I remember walking in and it just felt so official. Everyone was dressed in suits and it was so quiet. I had my documents in a folder and I think my hands were actually shaking a little bit.
I can totally picture that.
I went up to the counter and just quietly said, "Hi, I'd like to open an account." The bank teller was this incredibly kind woman. She smiled and said, "Of course, I can help with that. Come have a seat."
Mm-hmm.
She walked me through every single step, explained all the paperwork, and answered all my questions without making me feel silly. I walked out of there feeling so grown up and relieved. It really taught me that bank employees are just regular people whose job is to help you.
That's such a great story, and it's a perfect reminder. Don't be afraid to ask questions. To help with that, let's go over some key banking vocabulary. This will help you understand what the bank employees are talking about.
Deposit.
A deposit is when you put money into your account. You can deposit cash or a check. So you could say to the teller, "I'd like to deposit this check."
Perfect. The opposite of a deposit is a withdrawal. A withdrawal is when you take money out of your account. For example, I need to make a withdrawal of $100.
Exactly. Next up, a really important one, debit card.
Right. A debit card is a plastic card that is linked to your checking account. You can use it to pay for things in stores or online. When you use it, the money comes directly out of your account.
Mm-hmm. It's not a credit card. You can only spend the money you actually have. You can also use it at an ATM.
An ATM stands for Automated Teller Machine. These are the machines you see outside of banks or in stores where you can use your debit card to withdraw cash.
Okay, another term we mentioned earlier, direct deposit. This is when your employer automatically sends your paycheck to your bank account. It's very convenient.
Very. Okay, how about balance?
Your account balance is simply the total amount of money you have in your account at that moment. You might ask, "Can I check my balance, please?"
Good one. And a final, more advanced term, overdraft. This is what happens if you try to spend more money than you have in your account. The bank might let the transaction go through, but they will charge you a fee. It's something to be very careful about.
Definitely. Avoiding overdraft fees is a good goal. So, armed with this vocabulary, you can also ask some really good questions when you're opening your account.
Yes, this is so important. Don't just accept the first account they offer. Ask questions to find the best one for you. For example, you should ask, "Are there any monthly fees for this account?"
That's a huge one. Some banks charge a maintenance fee every month. Another good question is there a minimum balance requirement?
Some accounts require you to keep a certain amount of money or your balance in the account to avoid a fee.
You should also ask about technology. A great question is, how can I access my account online or through a mobile app? Online banking is super useful.
It really is. And finally, ask about ATM fees. Something like, "What are the fees for using an ATM that doesn't belong to this bank?" Sometimes they can be quite high.
That's a great list of questions. Now, let's wrap up this section with a few practical phrases you can use at the bank. Let's do a little role play.
I love it. Okay, you be the customer. What's the first thing you say when you walk in?
Hello, I would like to open a bank account, please.
Simple and polite. Perfect. What if you have cash to put in?
I'd like to make a deposit.
And if you need to take cash out?
Can I make a withdrawal for $50?
Excellent. And what if you just want to know how much money you have?
I need to check my balance, please.
See? Those simple phrases cover most of the basic interactions you'll have.
Okay, that was a lot of information. So let's do a very quick review of the key terms and phrases before we go.
Great idea. Remember, a checking account is your digital wallet for daily spending. A savings account is your piggy bank for future goals.
A deposit is putting money in, and a withdrawal is taking money out. Your debit card lets you spend the money in your checking account.
And a key phrase to remember is simply, "I would like to open an account, please." It's the perfect way to start.
And that, believe it or not, is all the time we have for today.
Wow, that went by fast. We really hope this episode has helped demystify the process of opening a bank account and makes you feel more prepared to take that step. Remember, it's a normal part of life, and bank staff are there to help.
That's the key takeaway. Thank you so much for listening to Easy English Conversations. Join us next time when we'll be talking about how to order food at a restaurant.
That will be a fun one. Until then, take care and keep practicing. Bye, everyone.
Bye!